#1 in opponent's batting average.
Dylan Beavers with a remarkable pinch hit game winner.
What has happened in Seattle? Randy Arozarena walks it off in 9. The Mariners take down the Cubs. Gone! A cycle for J.J. Bleday.
How about that? You don't think that was on his mind? Man, he has smoked that ball.
A franchise that went without a cycle for over 3 decades has its second in the last 3 years.
The life-size Noah's Ark, and go inside to discover answers to your questions as you tour 130 stunning exhibits. Then meet real animals in our zoo. Take the kids to our world-class playground and carousel, and so much more. Experience powerful moments that deepen faith and spark curiosity for every age. Bring the whole family. Go to ArkEncounter.com.
Hi, this is Tyler Stevenson. Through Reds Country Cares, we want to help bring awareness to this great cause.
Addiction doesn't discriminate, but recovery is possible. The Addiction Services Council is there for you 24/7 with help, hope, and healing. Call their helpline at 513-620-RING or visit addictionservicescouncil.org. You're not alone. There's a way out, and it starts with one call.
To learn more about Reds Country Cares, visit reds.com/unity.
Reds fans, bring your family and friends and save big on concessions with Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. For all Tuesday Reds home games, fans can enjoy select $3 beers, $2 Bar S hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. This grand slam of a deal includes something for everyone. Get your tickets for Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays at reds.com/Tuesday.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
It is just about time for baseball in San Francisco. Back to Oracle Park we go now with all the play-by-play of the Reds and Giants. Here's Tommy Thrall.
All right, thanks a lot, Yet. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups as always.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
Down. There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high toss.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Fenway Park is no stranger to passionate fans. But last week, the iconic ballpark was treated to a jolt of pure energy.
No Scotland, no party. You're getting invaded by the Scots.
Thousands of Scottish soccer fans have traveled to the U.S. for the World Cup. Eager for a taste of our national pastime, the Tartan Army took their bagpipes to the streets of Boston and unleashed a party to remember. And of course, this included marching into Fenway Park, kilts and all. The Red Sox rolled out the red carpet, honoring their new friends from across the pond with a Scottish celebration night. Safe to say the Scots were grateful, busting out non-stop chants as the Sox took on the Rangers. But the Tartan Army wasn't done there. The drums and bagpipes hit Yankee Stadium next before continuing on to Miami. And inside Lone Depot Park, these brand new baseball fans got to see renowned Scottish soccer star Billy Gilmore throw out the first pitch. March on, Tartan Army. Glad you had a great time at the ballpark. Welcome to the big leagues.
Without further ado, Great to be with you here along the bay. Chris, it's been a tough series for the Redlegs. Love to figure out a way to get out of here with a win. Reds got to start hitting, finding a way to hit, and the guy on the mound for the Giants today is not going to make that task very easy.
Well, the series has gone completely opposite, I think, than a lot of people thought it would. The Reds have a better ball club, really up and down throughout the whole roster, but they have not shown it because they haven't been able to score any runs, aside from that home run, the opposite field that Sal Stewart hit. So, yeah, this guy today, Logan Webb, all-star. He's got great control. He changes speeds well. He has a low arm angle that he makes that fastball of his ride faster than it really is. He is a real challenge.
It's the Reds and Giants. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Hector Rodriguez bounces one right side, bobbled by the second baseman Whitcomb. Still throws late to Devers, and beating it out is the Reds leadoff man, Hector Rodriguez. He's aboard on the error by the second baseman Whitcomb, his first error of the year. That'll bring Ellie De La Cruz to the plate, and then he almost threw that ball right into the runner, Rodriguez, as he was crossing first, and Devers had to reach into the baseline. That's how first basemen get their arms broken. Everybody's okay. Rodriguez on. Here's the first pitch to Ellie, hitting second today, and he takes a strike over the outside corner, and it is 0-1 on Ellie De La Cruz. So the Reds getting their leadoff man on base. They had their leadoff man on yesterday. Ellie doubled to start the game, but the Reds couldn't bring him around. Logan Webb brings it home. The pitch. Ellie takes a breaking ball on the inside corner for a called strike. It's a no-ball, two-strike count. It was Landon Roop that was originally scheduled to start this game for the Giants. Then right after, actually while the Reds were on their way to the ballpark today, we're informed, oh, by the way, we're going to start Logan Webb instead. The pitch up and away. Terry Francona talking about it in the pregame, saying that he was a little unnerved by it. The fact that they made such a late switch. 1 ball, 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Runner at first base with nobody out. Webb turns and fires to first, and back safely is Hector Rodriguez.
Yeah, I think what got Terry Francona a little aggravated was not only the late switch, but the fact that now you're bringing in Logan Webb,
right,
an all-star pitcher, instead of somebody that we would have a little better chance against.
Webb, an all-star each of the last 3 years. Another fire to first base to check on Rodriguez, and again, he's back in safely with a head-first dive. Now, Webb did struggle his last time out. Didn't make it out of the third inning in Boston. Gave up 5 runs on 6 hits in that game. He doesn't have many of those back-to-back, though. The pitch is off the inside corner to Ellie, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it's one thing that command gives you is an opportunity to allow hitters to get themselves out. And that's where he really excels. He's not a guy that blows it by you, but, boy, he just throws it right on the edge.
The 2-2. De La Cruz swings and dribbles it foul over to the right side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And not only with his fastball, I mean, he's got great control of his changeup. He's got great control of his different breaking balls. I mean, it's really what he shows you what you can do without being an elite velocity pitcher.
Webb in his 8th year in a Giants uniform. The pitch swung on, and that's fouled straight back by De La Cruz. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and holding here on Ellie. 8 years of living out a boyhood dream. Mom still has a paper he wrote when he was in elementary school, talking about how when he grew up, he wanted to play for the San Francisco Giants. He grew up in the Bay Area, going to both A's and Giants games, but the Giants were his favorite. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ellie. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging again, a little dribbler up the first base line. Foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on De La Cruz. The leadoff double last night to start the ballgame was Ellie's lone hit of the night. He was 1 for 4. He's hitting .262 on the year, 21 home runs, 58 driven in, but he has hit safely in each of his last 4 games.
Would not surprise me here to see Rodriguez running on this pitch.
Webb gets the sign, readies, and here he comes with a 2-2 pitch. He's not going, and Ellie swings and grounds it to the backhand of the first baseman, Devers. The second one, back to first, not in time. Good attempt and a good idea by the shortstop Koss to try to feed it back to Webb covering at first base. It's a tough double play to turn, even tougher when you factor in that Ellie's running. So they do get the out. That was really kind of a nice play by Devers to make the backhand pickup moving to his right. Ellie reaching on the fielder's choice brings up Sal Stewart. His home run last night was his 28th home run of the year, giving him 99 RBIs on the season. There goes Ellie on the first pitch. It's a strike. Throw to second is too high and very late. An easy stolen base for Ellie down at second base. Well, we were talking about, what do you try to do if you're the Reds? Talked about this with Terry Francona. Do you have guys bunt? Just try to mix it up. Try to get creative offensively. Well, Ellie's running on the first pitch, so a little aggression by the Reds on the base paths early in this one. 0-1 on Stewart. Here's the 0-1. And Sal waves and misses at a breaking ball that sweeps down and away. No balls, 2 strikes on Sal Stewart. Stolen base is his 23rd of the year. He's standing at second with 1 away. Right-hander Webb gets the sign, readies at the belt, and deals the 0-2 pitch. And again, a breaking ball that misses down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Sal Stewart. Outfield straight away, and you talk about deep. Jonah Cox can't play much deeper without being on the warning track in center field. A lot of room to drop one in out there. Sal takes off the outside corners. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we're going to see the ball carrying a lot better here during the daytime at Oracle Park than it does at night.
Absolutely perfect day for baseball. There's not a cloud in sight. It's a sun-drenched afternoon. 70 degrees, our TimStar game time temperature today. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sal Stewart. And he watches a breaking ball from Webb dive down and away, and it's a full count, 3-2. So Sal's worked it from being down 0-2 to filling up the count against Webb. Get complete home comfort with a TimStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TimStar dealer at timstar.com. Webb from the belt deals the 3-2 pitch, and Stewart again shoots it foul down the right field line, backing out of play.
You know what makes this matchup really interesting for me is that Stewart is really good at waiting with 2 strikes. Where they try to get him is that high fastball. Webb doesn't throw that often. But so he relies on the hitters to chase the ball off the plate a little bit. And those are the ones that Stewart can spoil.
Payoff pitch. Sal again fouls it back. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Ellie did a good job the same way. I think that eventually frustration builds in for Webb because he makes good pitches, but they keep fouling him off.
Well, right now with that, the Reds are running his pitch count up here early. And the Giants have already had to be into their bullpen early each of the first 2 games of this series. Now, their bullpen's done an excellent job. A swing and a miss. Tied him up with a changeup down and in, and Sal Stewart strikes out, almost falling over the plate. He was fooled so badly by that changeup from Webb. And you don't see a swing like that from Sal Stewart very often.
And you don't see very many right-on-right changeups down and in. And this is one thing about Webb. It's any pitch, anytime.
Is that a good pitch in your mind for a right-hander? A down and in changeup? And the pitch to J.J. Bleday hits him. First offering a breaking ball down and in, and Bleday will go to first, and the Reds have 2 on with 2 out.
I think that inside changeup, right on right, is what turned the corner and the whole career around for Johnny Cueto. When he began to throw that little changeup down and into right-handers, it opened up the strike zone huge. There aren't enough right-handed pitchers that do that in my mind. Webb is really ahead of the game.
Eugenio Suarez is up. Webb sets and brings it home. The pitch to Suarez, a strike at the knees. I guess it's a pitch that becomes very dangerous if you miss with it.
Well, if you miss down and in, it's not a dangerous pitch.
Right.
Because the hitter's not going to keep it fair. If you miss out over the plate, but again, it comes back to your command.
Now the 0-1 to Suarez, and it's low and outside. Breaking ball, and Gino able to lay off.
When Webb was originally a young man drafted by the Giants coming up, the Giants had a program very much like the Reds. They wanted hard throwers at the top of the zone.
Well, I tell you what, Tony Vitello just got kicked out of this game already. He was arguing with the first base umpire, Ben May, on that check swing, and Vitello unhappy about it. And I think he's just been kicked out of this contest. He came storming out of the dugout. Not happy about that check swing call at all. Now he's making his way down to the far end of the dugout. Guess that's where he's got to go to get back to the clubhouse.
That might be the shortcut.
Shouting at all the umpires. So Vitello, not long for this game at all. Out of here in the first inning. fifth batter.
Boy, not sure if you picked the right battles there.
1 ball, 1 strike on Suarez. Here it comes.
That is the 4th career ejection.
Low and outside.
Vitello, first since July 22nd at Kansas City. 4th career ejection.
4th career ejection for Tony Vitello.
22nd at Kansas City.
And Jay Stingler will now take over at the helm of the Giants. 2 balls, 1 strike on Eugenio Suarez, and here comes Webb. Swing and a miss. The count is even 2-2. Jace, the Giants bench coach, former Padre manager, was also the bench coach up in Minnesota. Then was looking for a job when Rocco Baldelli was cut loose. Here's the 2-2, down and away. And his old college teammate had a job waiting for him here in San Francisco after Vitello got hired by the Giants. The two played together at Missouri. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. And Suarez takes strike 3 called. Throws him over the outside corner. Suarez down on strikes, and the inning comes to a close, and Suarez can't believe it. He's got some words for the home plate umpire, Ryan Blakeney, on his way back.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Tumbled Belgian wall blocks. On sale now. Save big on your landscape project at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Nothing says game day like snacks everyone can enjoy. Grab Little Bites Muffins, the delicious mess-free snack that's easy to pack, easy to share, and just as easy to love. It's no surprise they're the #1 mini muffin brand. Little Bites make snack time an easy win.
Outing misses inside with the first pitch here to Jonah Cox, leading things off the Giants in the bottom of the first inning. Giants have scored 2 in each of the first 2 innings of this series. The 1-0 pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 now on Jonah Cox. Lodolo, big breath, back into his windup and home of the 1-1. Breaking ball is swung on, and that's fouled off the plate. The ball and 2 strikes now on Cox. Lodolo making his 16th start of the year, 3-3 with a 5.04 ERA. Lodolo just 3 1/3 his last time out. Gave up 6 runs on 10 hits in that outing against the Diamondbacks in Arizona. The pitch is low and inside. Now it's 2-2.
Yeah, that was about as ugly an outing as I think I've ever seen Lodolo throw. I mean, the way the Diamondbacks were running the bases on him, stealing at will, he couldn't stop anything.
Here comes Lodolo with the 2-2 pitch. And it's swung on, and that's slapped foul down the right field line into the seats.
I think one of the things that Nick is battling with right now is that he's made major changes to his mechanics this year, mainly with his direction to home plate. That throws off your release point. So his changeup is not as good as it used to be. His breaking ball is different, and it's an uphill battle.
2-2. Whack to deep center field. Over goes the center fielder, Dane Myers. He'll make the running catch as that ball curls over toward left center. Nice running grab by Myers for the first out here in the first inning as we pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Here's Rafael Devers. First pitch to Devers is taken off the outside corner for ball one. 1-0. Devers hitting .244, 28 home runs, 74 driven in. Lodolo back to his windup, and here comes the 1-0 pitch to Devers. Breaking ball is whacked to right. That's going to get down for a base hit in front of the right fielder, Hector Rodriguez. So Devers stays smoking hot. Base hit his first time up tonight, and now Jung-Hoo Lee. Lee 1 for 3 last night, was hit by a pitch, also had a stolen base. Hitting .289 of the year, 9 home runs, 47 batted in. I said Jung-Hoo Lee, this is actually Oslavis Basabe at the plate. So apparently the Giants have a little different lineup than what I initially had. Apparently different lineup than the one you had, too.
It is.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, a wave and a miss by Basabe, and the count's now 0-2. So I guess they made a change somewhere along the way. Nothing in 2 on Basabe. Lodolo stares in, gets the sign, sets. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Basabe swings and fouls it back into the net. It was Jonah Cox that still let it off. Devers hit behind him and singled. Now it's Basabe. Buddy Kennedy is next. Jung-Hoo Lee not in the lineup today. Grant McCray is. Whitcomb's hitting 9. My lineup's all messed up. Lodolo the pause and the 0-2 pitch. And it hit him. Breaking ball down and in. Got him in the foot and down to first base. Basabe on the hit by pitch. We'll bring up Buddy Kennedy.
I think pitchers hate that type of hit by pitch more than any other. Now, Basabe's down there trying to walk it off a little bit, got him right on the foot, but basically it's a breaking ball, so it's a slow pitch that you throw and it hits the back foot of the hitter. And, you know, I think the common feeling among pitchers is if I'm going to hit a guy, I want to make sure that he feels it and not necessarily only on his big toe.
I got you. Well, that one got him right on the toe, and Basabe still a little... Well, he's smarting from that a little bit. Trainer's out, taking a look at him. Now the Giants have runners at first and second base with 1 out, threatening to score yet again in the first inning after scoring 2 in each of the first 2 games.
You know, the first few years in the league, Lodolo was always among the league leaders in hit batters. And almost all of those hit batters came from that same pitch. Right-handed hitters, breaking ball, hits the back foot.
So he's going to stay in the game as we expected him to. Here's Buddy Kennedy. I don't know when they changed their lineup. Left-hander Lodolo brings it home. The pitch is a backdoor breaking ball for a called strike. But the one that was first announced is not the one that they're using today. Although the one we have in the booth is the one that they're using. So here's the 0-1 pitch. That's off the outside corner. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Buddy Kennedy. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Kennedy 0 for 3 last night. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's off the outside corner. He is 5 for 38 on the year, Kennedy is. Lodolo the pause, the belt, looking for a double play ball here. His 2-1 pitch. And another breaking ball hangs off the inside corner. Kennedy said 0 for 3 last night. He actually came off the bench, flew out to center field, his only at bat of that game yesterday. Lodolo, home of the 3-1. Kennedy swings. There's the ground ball right to Ellie. Fields goes to second, 1 around to first, not in time. Kennedy runs pretty well. He was getting it down the line, and Beats out any chance the Reds had at a double play there. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. The out at second base, erasing Bazabe.
You know, I really don't know, Tommy, why we're seeing so few ground ball double plays or ground balls turned into double plays. I really feel that it's the infield positioning before the play where it takes the second baseman a little bit longer to get to the bag. Shortstop not feeding him in time. That should have been a double play ball.
Turner Hill is spun off the plate. The pitch up and in for ball one. 1-0 on Turner Hill. It certainly looked like it off the bat, didn't it? Looked like it tailor-made.
Yeah, you know, if you have your infield playing too deep, you give the hitter one extra step towards first base to get there. And I think that's the big difference.
Hill takes a look at a strike. And the count is even now. 1 ball, 1 strike on Turner Hill. Just the fact that Turner Hill is in the big leagues, a pretty good success story. He was 0 for 3 yesterday and struck out. 4 for 18 up here in his limited big league time. Just made his big league debut earlier this month. The 1-1 is upstairs, and it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count on Turner Hill. Hill got to the big leagues fresh off a Sacramento franchise record 26-game hitting streak. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and that's fouled back. You look at Turner Hill, everywhere he's been, he has hit. But he's undersized. In fact, he couldn't even get a look out of high school. He wanted to stay at home and go to his hometown college, Marietta College, which Chris talked about a little bit last night. Rivertown, Eastern Ohio. Right across the river, actually, from West Virginia. The pitch is off the outside edge. Now a full count of 3-2 on Turner Hill. That's a D3 school. They wouldn't even look at him out of high school. They said, nah, sorry, we're not interested. So he went somewhere else, but that season got wiped out from COVID. Then he went back, and after COVID, Marietta was taken. Pitch is outside, ball 4, and down to first base, Turner Hill.
Well, the asterisk to that story is the fact that Marietta has a history of a really great baseball program. They've won their division. I think are they a Division III school?
Yeah, D3 school.
They've won the national title many times. They've got a number of major leaguers that have come out of there. They've been great players. So it's not your ordinary D3 school for sure.
Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Here's Andrew Kisner. Kisner just 3 for 15 up here, and the pitch is down and in. Almost hit him in the foot, but he backs out of the way of it. The count is 1-0 on Kisner. And right now, Lodolo trying to get out of this first inning jam. Giants have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Lodolo sets ready. Now delivers, and the pitch is off the inside corner, and it's 2-0 now on Kisner. Lodolo again fighting his command. Reddy's at the belt, the 2-0. And again, too far inside, and it's 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Lodolo's 3-0 pitch, and Kisner takes a strike. This is a guy you got to go after here if you're Nick Lodolo. Kisner twirls the bat around, waiting on Lodolo. And now time called, and Kisner will back out of the box. Devers at third, Kennedy's at second, Bazabe at first. Lodolo readies. And here he comes with the 3-1 pitch. Kisner takes strike 2 right over the inside corner with another fastball from Lodolo. Full count, 3-2. Well, now everybody's in motion. Action pitch. Lodolo to Kisner. Here he comes. And he walked him. No, strike 3 called. Right over the inside corner. Delayed call.
The tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker.
And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting.
And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Left center Profar sprints over. Oh, he lost it. It looked like it was going to be a really good play for Jurgen Profar. He did not see that ball. He didn't even come close to it.
These interactions between De La Cruz and Tito Francona have been priceless. Come on, man.
Got it there?
Yes, indeed. And the ball wasn't the only thing that landed in the basket.
What in the world happened out there to Jung-Hoo Lee?
That's wild. I mean, you don't see that in the big leagues.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Reds come to bat here in the second inning. No score at Oracle Park in San Francisco. First pitch on the way to Dane Myers is a strike called over the outside corner. The count is 0-1 on Myers. Reds got a hit. The Giants got a hit in the first inning. Low to the bases. Both teams had some traffic on the bases. Neither one of them could score. Myers takes off the outside edge. Dane hitting .251, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. Here comes Webb's 1-1. And Myers shoots it foul off the right side. When you've got a good pitcher like Webb on the mound, you kind of wonder, did the Reds miss their chance? Putting together that first inning threat, but unable to dent the plate. Talk about it all the time with good starting pitching. You better get on them early. Here's Webb's 1-2. And again swung on and fouled back. I've always thought that's... Well, Blakeney tried to throw the ball back to Webb, threw it right over his head. I've always thought that's interesting about starting pitching because you don't have that luxury as a reliever. So I find it odd that that's something that only affects starters. Here's the 1-2 to Dane Myers. Breaking ball, swung on, fouled away, and it's a pretty common thing among especially good starting pitchers.
Yeah, I think if you look at the earned run averages of starting pitchers in the first inning versus the rest of the game, until you get to the third time through the lineup, it's always higher. There's a adjustment that you make to the mound, but starting pitchers have a different mindset when they come in than relievers. Relievers are like, right now, I got to get it going. Starters are saying, hey, I've got to get through the lineup the first time and kind of set them up for the second time and all that kind of thing. So they're playing the long view a lot more than the relievers are.
Fouled back by Myers. Is there an element to starters are usually a little more careful around the edges than maybe relievers? Relievers might be a little more aggressive in the zone.
Well, relievers nowadays are just coming in there firing as hard as they can.
1-2, strike 3 called over the outside corner. Myers wants to challenge. So let's take a look.
Myers was calling for a review before the play call was even made.
And it was a ball outside. Myers starting to earn his way back to some challenges now.
Yeah.
Remember, he was banned from challenging there for a while after having a tough go of it early.
The challenged ABS doghouse.
He was too, wasn't he? 2-2 now, the pitch. Myers takes it off the plate. The count runs full 3-2.
Webb gives you a really different look because he's got a very low arm angle. It's almost sidearm. And he throws every pitch out of that same spot. and he's got breaking balls that go one way, change-ups that go the other.
3-2 pitch, low and in, ball 4, and Myers down to first. Thought he was struck out, ends up working a walk. The new 6th-generation Toyota 4Runner is the most technologically advanced 4Runner ever, and it's backed by over 40 years of off-road experience. 4Runner is the ultimate tool for powering through. Toyota, let's go places. Matt McClain up, runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch to McClain. He tries to bunt, drops it down, back to the pitcher, up with it Webb. Long underhand to first in time to get McClain. And down to second, Dane Myers. It'll go as a sacrifice bunt for McClain.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of that early in the ball game. I'm a guy that loves the bunt as much as anybody else, but when you're batting 7th, you're bunting a guy in a scoring position for your number 8 hitter and your 9 hitter to drive him in. That just doesn't make much sense to me.
I got you. It's a good point, really. Well, we'll see if Jose Trevino can bring him around. First pitch to Trevino, right in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1.
I mean, that used to be the idea of having a number 2 hitter that could bunt. Leadoff guy gets on, number 2 hitter bunts him over.
Right.
Number 3 and 4 hitter have a chance to drive him in.
Right-hander looks in. Webb has the sign. Eyeballs the runner Myers at second. Now comes home with the 0-1, and Trevino takes down and away.
I don't know, maybe I'm just making too much of it, but you're asking a guy that has 12 runs batted in all year long to be the run producer here.
0 for 7 so far on this road trip, Trevino. The 1-1. And he takes ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Trevino has hit better in day games. Of course, he hits more often in day games because a lot of those games are the games that Tyler Stevenson gets off. The 2-1. Trevino slaps one fair past the first baseman Devers. It goes rolling into the right field corner. Bobbled by Lee. Big turn at first for Trevino, but he'll hang on there. Myers will score from second base on the RBI base hit for Jose Trevino. His 13th RBI of the year, and the Reds have a 1-0 lead. That's a funny game sometimes.
Jose making a liar out of me right there, but good job by him. He waited back on that, and that's a good idea against Logan Webb. The chances of you getting an off-speed pitch are better than getting a fastball, and he lined it right down the right field line.
Reds have their first lead of the series, and now Key Brian Hayes rolls one right to the shortstop. Should be 2. Koss to Whitcomb around.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal, and I played with Eddie, and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards, and I know.
It's hot out here in the desert, so let's head into the air conditioning as we continue on our Road Twib series in Arizona. Welcome to Chase Field, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks since 1998. One of the first things you'll notice walking into the ballpark is the incredible retractable roof, keeping out the Phoenix heat and rain. Walk through the concourse and you'll be sure to bump into team history at every turn. On your way to your seats, don't forget to pick up a delicious churro dog. Speaking of seats, Chase Field has some incredible places to watch the game from. Of course, you can watch the game from the upper deck and have a bird's eye view. But if you want to feel like you're in the game, you can sit right next to the dugout or hang out in the outfield with Corbin Carroll. And maybe the most unique attraction at Chase Field is the swimming pool in right center. You and 34 of your closest friends can swim, splash, and cheer on the D-backs from your own little oasis. See what all the fuss is about at Chase Field.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Reds own a 1-0 lead as the Giants come to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. Oracle Park in San Francisco. Series wrap-up of this 3-game series. The Giants haven't really swept a 3-game series all year long. Trying to do that right now. In fact, they haven't won more than 3 games in a row all year. But a big reason for their success in the first 2 games has been their bullpen. They're hoping to be able to get some mileage out of Logan Webb today. Here's Lodolo going to work now against Christian Koss. First pitch to Koss is swung on, and that's fouled away down the right field line. Well back into the seats, and it's 0-1 on Koss. Koss was 0 for 2, had a walk and a sac bunt. And the ball game yesterday. Lodolo back into his windup, and here he comes. Swing and a miss by Koss, and he's down to the count, 0 balls and 2 strikes. First time that the Reds have led all series. Giants scored first and never looked back. Each of the first 2 games, the 0-2, up 2 high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Reds are trying to get things turned around. They've lost 9 of their last 12 games. It's not going to get any easier for the Reds. And, in fact, this series coming in was kind of a chance for the Reds to make a little hay. Here's the 1-2. And it's swung on, and that's slapped foul off the right side out of play. Every series from here till the end of the year comes against teams that are currently sitting in a playoff spot. The only exception to that, the last series of the year, which comes against the Blue Jays, who are trying to climb back into a wild card spot over the American League. The pitch hangs up and away. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Christian Koss. 2-10, no homers, 2 RBIs for the right-handed hitting Koss. The 2-2 pitch up and away. Now it's a full count, 3-2. Lodolo back to work now with a payoff pitch. And Koss slaps it down the right field line, foul.
Right now, Nick Lodolo is having a hard time getting the ball inside the right-handers. He's kind of flying open with his front side a little bit, and that causes that ball to kind of go up and away. Pitch that Koss just fouled off was ball 4.
The 3-2. And Koss takes strike 3. Right over the outside corner. He's down on strikes. Lodolo has back-to-back strikeouts now. The last out of the first, the first out of the second.
It's one of the better fastballs that he's thrown so far today. That's a good sign.
Now here's Grant McCray. McCray just 5 for 44 on the year. Home run, 2 RBIs. Limited action for Grant McCray. The first pitch to him, breaking ball, cut on and missed. Mentioned that his dad spent a little time in the big league, so he grew up around big league clubhouses that had Ken Griffey Jr. in there. Yeah. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Grant McCray. Breaking ball and a good one, strike 2.
I just can't even look at Grant McCray without thinking about his dad running through that minor league left field fence where the board just kind of flipped over and then righted itself.
I mean,
he disappeared.
One of the greatest moments of all time. Pitch down and away.
That would be the kind of a stunt that you would see in a baseball movie.
Yeah, it is. That looks like it's something out of Hollywood, but it really happened. And I, like you, I realized 2 days ago that he didn't actually make that catch. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball is swung on, popped high into the air, foul. First base side, Sal Stewart over there to have a look, but it's going to be well back amongst the spectators. When did that play happen? The 80s?
Had to.
And all this time I thought that it was caught. I think we were led to believe that it was caught. I think that park's still around, too, by the way. The 1-2 swung on, foul back to the left side.
Well, we'll see it from time to time because a lot of stadiums, in their pregame warm-up as the fans come in, they're playing bloopers on the big board and all, and they're fun to watch. And I always wait for that one with Rodney McCray.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Lodolo's 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, again fouled away to the left side. Well, that was back in the years of VHSs, and I don't know if it continued into the days of DVDs, but I mean the annual Major League Baseball blooper tape was must-have. Pitch swung on, fouled away down the left field line. I mean, you remember those?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably had some in your collection.
I was probably in a couple of them.
That, of course, you had to have the NFL Films season recap every year, which was great. The 1-2 pitch to Grant McCray is swung on, and this is popped into the air behind the left side of the infield. Key Brian Hayes will back up to the edge of the grass and make the catch. I guess that stuff's still around.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to know where to find it. It's not on VHSs anymore. It's on TikTok, Instagram, wherever else. MLB.com has a lot of that stuff, but those of us that yearn for nostalgia, it's just not quite the same. Here's Shea Whitcomb, low and inside, ball one.
Well, even if it's not nostalgia, the MLB website has a film room,
right,
that you can put in a player's name, and all of a sudden you'll get dozens of videos of that player making plays.
1-0 pitch is ripped to left field. On the run, the left fielder dives. Blade can't get it. It's by him. It'll go to the wall. Over is Dane Myers from center to pick it up on the track and gets it back in quickly to hold Whitcomb to just a double. Great effort by J.J. Blade. And you know what, Chris? That's a double whether he makes that effort or just goes back to play it off the wall.
So he knew that, I believe, and that's why he dove for it like that, because I think the ball probably carried more on him than he thought. And it just didn't sink. He went all the way in there, completely outstretched, landed on his shoulder, picked up his body without the baseball glove, and then chased the ball down.
And how about Dane Myers quickly coming over from center field to be right there? First ball swinging. Jonah Cox lifts one to deep center. Back goes Myers. He's out of room. It's gone. Straight over the center field wall. A 2-run home run for Jonah Cox. Just his third big league home run. Two-one Giants. Rafael Devers. Don't really expect that from the leadoff guy. Big boy part of the ballpark, too. Here's the pitch to Devers, strike called. Of course, it is a little shallower to center field than it is the alleys in right center and left center, but it still takes a pretty good poke to get it out of here.
And the ball definitely carrying better here during the day.
Much better. Pointed that out in the first inning, and no better evidence than that. Last home run right there by Jonah Cox.
I mean, if he hits that last night, it's maybe through the warning track.
Mm-hmm. 1 ball, 1 strike on Devers. Here's Lodolo, the kick and pitch. Off the outside corner, 2 balls and a strike. Now Lodolo's got to bounce back. Got to shake it. 14th home run that Lodolo has allowed this year. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Devers. Left-hander against left-hander. Lodolo back into his windup, and here comes his 2-2. Swing, and Devers barely got a piece of it. Fouls it off to stay alive. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Two and two on Devers, nobody on, 2 outs. Lodolo's pitch, breaking ball hanging on the inside corner, and Devers whacks it deep but foul down the right field line. Almost like he was waiting on that. That pitch was a foot inside. Devers put a good swing on it and got the barrel to it. You're not going to keep it fair, but the 2-2. Breaking ball off the outside corner. Count runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Rafael Devers.
No, we were talking about the pitch count on Logan Webb being run up. You can say the same thing here for Lodolo.
Here's his,
56 coming up here.
56th. Swung on, fouled away. We're only in the 2nd inning. 2-1, Giants have the lead. The home run by Jonah Cox. Dolo picks up the sign, readies at the belt, and the payoff pitch. Swung on, Devers skies one in the air to center. Dane Myers right in his tracks, offset slightly.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive. Superman. Hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game. The pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue. Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book. It's ridiculous what he does.
The biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Welcome back to Oracle Park on this beautiful afternoon. For baseball, it is a 2-1 ball game, favor the Giants. Top of the 3rd inning, and the top of the lineup for the Reds is Hector Rodriguez settles in there on the left-handed batter box and takes the first pitch right on the inside corner, strike 1. Logan Webb today made his 201st Major League start. He's 17 games over 500 in his career. And Rodriguez swings and hits a high fly ball deep to left field. That is the center fielder going back. It is bounced over the fence. No, they're going to call it a home run. Right into the Giants bullpen in left center field. And the ball is carrying here at Oracle Park. And that home run by Hector Rodriguez, his second of his Major League career, ties the ball game up at 2.
Boy, pretty good jolt there from Rodriguez. That was one of the deepest parts of the ballpark out there in left center field. Both leadoff hitters have gone deep today.
And now Ellie De La Cruz, and Ellie takes it a little bit low for a ball. Webb pitches out of the full windup where there's nobody on base. Old-fashioned kind of windup, and here he comes to the plate. It's a strike on the outside corner. What I mean by old-fashioned is it's not one of those modified stretch positions. It's him standing up there facing the hitter and the catcher straight on. The 1-1 by Webb is swing and a miss. Snuck a fastball by him on the inside corner. Rocking now, and the 1-2 is way inside, knocking Ellie off the plate a little bit. Webb does it really with elite quality command. He doesn't have a lot of spin on his fastball. He doesn't have great spin on his breaking ball. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Ellie hits it well over the left fielder's head, reaching up, and that will not be caught as it takes one hop and goes over the left field wall for a ground rule double for Ellie De La Cruz. So the Reds are centering it up here on Logan Webb here today. That was an off-speed pitch. That was a pitcher's pitch. Down, out of the zone, off the plate, and De La Cruz went right down and took it the other way. And now Sal Stewart sitting on 99 runs batted in. Elliott second base, nobody out, top of 3. And Webb delivers, and that's a ground ball that's going to get the runner to third base as Rafael Devers fields it, walks over to the first base bag and touches that for the first out of the inning. So Sal does not get the RBI, but he does move the runner up 90 feet from home. That is a productive out. And that'll be J.J. Bleday. And now the Giants are going to call timeout. Andrew Kisner, the catcher, wants everybody coming in on the mound right here. They're going to figure out what they're going to do with Bleday, where they're going to play the third baseman to ensure that Ellie doesn't get too much of a lead down there at third. And this is one of those situations that managers usually figure out ahead of time. You got a left-hander up, you have a runner at third base who's very fast. If you play if you play the third baseman off the bag, it gives the runner at third base, in this case De La Cruz, a chance to go way down the line. And any little wild pitch or semi-wild pitch can score him. So the Giants looks like they have decided that they're going to play the infield, even with the bag, in around the whole infield. And Bleday waits, and it's a little pitch, a breaking ball, misses off the outside corner. The rule of thumb is that the runner at third gets about the same amount of lead as where the third baseman is. There's a breaking ball inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes now to Bleday. Good pitch to hit here, and he takes it down and out of the zone. And Logan Webb now not looking like he really wants to challenge J.J. Bleday. He has Eugenio Suarez in the on-deck circle.
And you're looking to get a ball in the air. And Suarez is certainly pretty good at getting the ball in the air.
The 3-0 is right at the top of the letters, and that's a strike.
I just point that out in the event that they are being extra careful with Bleday and end up walking him. If you're just trying to prevent that runner from third from scoring, Suarez would be a pretty good candidate to get that guy in with less than 2 outs.
The 3-1 should be a good pitch to hit, and he fouls it off at the plate. Got a little breaking ball right there. The first lesson you learn about Logan Webb is he's very hard to guess along with, because he's got so many different pitches, and he will throw them at any time. The 3-2 is swung on. That's going to be a line drive into left field. Here comes the left fielder, Hill, going to the plate, and they're going to hold Ellie right there at third base.
Ellie's first move was home. By the time he realized that ball was going to be caught, he didn't have a chance to get back, tag, and still try to score. He barely got back.
Well, you're trying to get a big lead down the line, and that's part of it right there. The other thing, it was a humpback line drive that the left fielder came in charging on. So he was able to get rid of it quickly. So now 2 outs and Ellie at third base. 2-2 ball game. Suarez steps in and takes a little breaking ball. 84 miles an hour on the slider on the outside corner, strike 1. Webb back to the full windup. And a swing and a pop-up in the infield, drifting foul. That will go right over the Reds' dugout on the right side, and no balls and 2 strikes now to Eugenio Suarez. Webb with the 0-2. Little check swing, full swing, and I mean by like almost a change-up swing by Suarez. He's able to foul it off and stay alive. Started a story about Webb earlier that when he originally signed with the Giants, they had a philosophy up and down the organization that they wanted hard, over-the-top, four-seam pitchers. And it just didn't work for him. Here's the 0-2 outside. So after he was in the organization for a couple of years, he got a phone call from their then director of pitching, Brian Bannister, who said, hey, I want you to throw like Chris Sale, meaning I want you to drop your arm angle. We're going to concentrate on sinking fastballs, sidearm breaking balls. And that was the change he made. Pitches outside and 2-2 now to Suarez. So his vertical release point dropped about 6 inches. He almost comes around sidearm, but all of a sudden he's able to get a lot more movement on the ball. His command is better, and he's been a 3-time All-Star. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. He pulled the string on Suarez, and he gets a strikeout for the third out of the inning. That is the third strikeout for Webb.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards. And that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing. And there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, you know, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Unexpected breakdown happens. Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Grader's handcrafted French pot ice cream. Rich, creamy, and dense. Made the hard way, 2.5 gallons at a time. No shortcuts. Ship nationwide at Graders.com. Graders, taste the greatest.
It is a 2-2 ball game here at Oracle Park as we go down to the number 3 hitter on the lineup. That is Oslavas Basabe, 26-year-old from Venezuela. And Nick Lodolo fires in a pitch and misses the zone. It comes right back with a fastball for a strike. Originally signed by the Tampa Bay Rays. Actually, Tampa didn't sign him originally. Pitches upstairs. It was the Texas Rangers that signed him. Then he went to the Rays in a trade for the former Red Nathaniel Lowe. And the Giants picked him up from Tampa Bay. There's a little fly ball in the left field. Here comes Baudet on the run, and he puts it away for the out. Got a good jump on that, did JJ. And one down here, it'll be Buddy Kennedy. Kennedy, right-handed hitter, 128 average, and he swings at the first pitch. It's a shot, and it just a little bit foul down the left field line. I mean, that did not miss by much. In fact, it nearly picked off last night's home plate umpire, Brennan Miller, who's down there just in foul territory. Out of the full windup, strike in there by Lodolo. No balls and 2 strikes ahead in the count now. The left-hander deals, and it's a breaking ball in the dirt. One ball, 2 strikes, and here comes Lodolo with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on a breaking ball, had him way out in front. And that is strikeout number 3 for the Reds lefty. Well, Nick's got a chance now for a 1-2-3 inning. He had a long first inning. He left the bases loaded, gave up 2 in the second. And here he is on the verge of a 3-batter third, and he misses outside with ball 1. Turner Hill, left-hander, steps in there. 5'10", 195-pounder. And Hill takes it on the outside corner. That's a strike. Hill awaits. It's off the plate. That's a ball. Two balls and a strike, 2 outs, 2-2 ball game. Giants and Reds here on a beautiful sunny afternoon at Oracle Park. And that's going to be a ball, but it looks like that Jose Trevino wants to challenge it. So we'll get an ABS challenge and find out what that pitch is. And Trevino's right. It's a strike. So the call is overturned. The Reds keep a challenge, and the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lodolo lifts his leg, coming to the plate, missing with a breaking ball, and the count's full. You know, we mentioned some of the famous players that went to Marietta College. That's where Turner Hill went. We did not mention swinging a little ground ball right past Lodolo. He's going to have to cover first base, and there's not going to be a play. It was a swinging bunt in no man's land, right in there between first base and the pitcher's mound. Lodolo went to cover, and by the time the Sal Stewart was able to get there and pick the ball up, there was an infield base hit for Turner Hill. Well, we mentioned a few of those players that went to Marietta College. What we did not mention, Tommy, was the Hall of Fame pitcher Ban Johnson.
Wow. I didn't realize
Era star. It wasn't Ban Johnson that went there. It was Charles Bumpus Jones.
Oh.
So there you go, in case he's in a trivia question. And now Andrew Kisner will bat, and a throw over by Lodolo. Kisner, a strikeout victim. He did it with the bases loaded in the first inning. Right-handed hitter, deep in the box. Feet close together, swing and a miss, and an awkward swing at that, and a breaking ball. .31-year-old former St. Louis Cardinal. Cardinals got him in 2016 out of NC State. Kisner swings and fouls it off the end of his bat. It's 0-2. He'll take his time out. Kisner will, as he readjusts his batting gloves and now his shin guard. Touches the top of his hat, and he settles back into the right-handed batter's box. 2-2 ball game with 2 outs in the inning, and a fastball right across the letters in inside. That'll dust him off the plate a little bit. Kisner swings and pops it up. Shallow center field. Here comes the left fielder, Blade. He'll call off Ellie.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun. Yes. 2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No,
Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
They came in to scoop it. Peterson, the pitcher, was over to first to do his job, and it was just totally frolicked by Bush.
Big battle between ketchup and mustard in the hot dog race. And this man, I mean, he didn't hide his rooting interest well, but look at this. Prepared for the mustard loss with a clown nose.
You don't see that very often. Nimmo just completely whiffs it.
Who got it?
Yeah, but a little fan with the
He wanted it.
chance,
He
man.
wanted it.
I think he's blaming his dad. You were in the way.
2-2 our score as we play in the fourth inning. And as you know, the fourth inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. The kick and Webb's first pitch to Dane Myers. He slings it off the outside corner for ball one. To the right-handed hitting Dane Myers, who walked and came around to score in the Reds' second inning. Reds got a home run from Hector Rodriguez in the third. And we're tied at 2. A swing and a miss by Myers. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Finale of this 3-game series here between the Reds and the Giants. It is a very breezy afternoon right along the bay. Just an absolutely stunning setting pitch. Strike call on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Dane Myers. The hills of Oakland right across the bay. Now the pitch. Myers swings, fouls it straight back. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Dane Myers. I guess those are more mountains, really, than they are hills, right? Technically. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Myers swings, and he goes down to get it. Serves a line drive right over the head of the second baseman, Whitcomb, into short center field for a base hit. So Myers on for the second time. His first hit of the ball game. Reds have their leadoff man on for the third time in 4 innings.
Well, that's exactly an example of making a really good pitch by Logan Webb and getting a bad result. I mean, that pitch was closer to the ground than it was to the knees.
I said third time in 4 innings. Actually, it's the 4th time in 4 innings. The Reds have had their leadoff man on. The pitch to Matt McClain. He takes off the outside corner. Last inning there, the leadoff man wasn't on very long, though. Hector Rodriguez was on just long enough to jog around the bases after his leadoff home run. McClain dropped down a sac bunt his last time up. Not bunting here, and he drives one toward the right center field alley, but it'll hang up. Over is the right fielder, McCray. He'll make the catch. Back to first, Dane Myers, and McClain is the first out of the 4th. Western and Southern Financial Group helps families build a stronger future. That's why they welcome Till Financial into their family of companies, helping parents raise smarter spenders and savers with financial tools built for kids. Visit tillfinancial.com to learn more. 1 out. Trevino singled down the right field line, scoring Myers from second base last time up. Myers draws the throw, and he's back in on his belly. I wouldn't have a problem if the Reds put Dane Myers in motion right here. 8 for 8 on steal tries. Kisner doesn't appear to have a real strong throwing arm. Evidenced by Ellie's stolen base earlier. Myers a false step towards second, stayed. The pitch is outside for ball 1 to Trevino.
Well, against Logan Webb this year, the runners against him have had 16 stolen bases, 5 caught stealing. And he has not picked off a runner yet this year.
Myers tight to the bag, and he draws a throw. And he's back easily. He basically just fell back into the bag there.
I think the Giants are trying to put that timing play on where the pitcher looks into the catcher flips his glove, and that's a signal to the pitcher to throw to first base. And I think Myers is watching Kisner, the catcher.
Webb from the belt, throws, runner goes. The pitch is a strike, throw to second, way high and wide. And Myers in easily at second base with his 9th stolen base of the year. So the Reds do, in fact, put the runner in motion. It works out. And now he's in scoring position, and if Jose Trevino can...
Yeah, I think they've got something on Webb right now as far as his move is not that great to first base. He's a little bit deliberate to the plate, and Reds have ferreted it out, and they got a pretty good idea how to run on him.
Ground ball left side, handled by the third baseman Kennedy, right tight to the bag. He'll throw in time to Trevino. And Myers has to stay at second base. 2 outs, and now it's up to Key Brian Hayes to try to bring that run home from second. Hayes hit into a double play to the shortstop his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Right-hander Webb readies. Here he comes. Hayes takes a strike on the inside corner. Big hole on the right side of the infield if Hayes can punch one through that way. Second baseman's close to the bag. First baseman Devers is deep. Off the line a little bit, swung on, fouled into the net above the on-deck batter Hector Rodriguez. Now 0-2 on Key Brian Hayes. Hayes hitting right at 150. He did draw a couple of walks in the ballgame last night. So it was on a couple of times, even though he was 0 for 1 officially. Here's the 0-2. In off the plate.
You know, Hayes is a good example of my theory, and I don't know whether it's right or wrong, Tommy, but I can tell you that I think that the hitters have gone to so many light bats nowadays that they overswing. And Hayes is a perfect example of a guy that takes way too hard of a hack.
The 1-2. Swing, and he barely got a piece of that, fouled it off, and it's still a ball and 2 strikes.
And the harder that you try to swing, the less accurate your bat's going to be through the zone. And yes, you get better bat speed and so on, but I mean, if you don't have bat control, maybe it's better to use a little bit of a heavier bat, swing softer, and use the mass of the bat to drive the ball.
1-2, line drive caught by the second baseman Whitcomb.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
In this game, you've got to keep your eye on the ball, but it's harder than it looks.
A Little League error there gives Jackson an extra 90 feet.
The action has defied all prediction.
And, he tried to put it back in the glove. Oh, that's a great move.
What just happened? You can never be sure of anything in this strange game of baseball.
I think he hit the hole the netting.
And speaking of strange things,
Geraldo Perdomo darts out of the dugout, cuts off Mr. Red and Rosie Red.
curveball got away.
But that pitcher takes his eye off the ball.
From flubs to flair, let's check out some fine fielding affairs.
He did it again! Junior dives like Superman. Robbed by Marcy in center.
Going, man, you're gone.
Gone to the warning track, makes the over-the-shoulder grab.
Nunez from the shortstop side of the bag. Pops up and throws out Bobby Witt.
To the left center, Jake Myers. What a catch!
How about that?
That's JamesHardy.com. Grader's handcrafted French pot ice cream. Rich, creamy, and dense. Made the hard way, 2.5 gallons at a time. No shortcuts. Ship nationwide at Graders.com. Graders, taste.
Away for ball 1 to Christian Kaz as he bats here in the Giants' 4th inning of a 2-2 tie. Oracle Park in San Francisco. Lodolo's 1-0, swinging a little weak tapper right back to the mound. Lodolo fields it, steps, throws, got him. 1 down in the 4th as we pause for station identification up and down the Reds Radio Network. Grant McCray up there now. First pitch to McCray is a breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 1. The kick and 0-1. McCray swings, fouls it away off the left side. I wonder if I'm the only one that remembers Tim Curry more for his role in Home Alone than I do Rocky Horror Picture Show.
How many times have you seen Home Alone?
Several.
And Rocky Horror?
0.
Okay.
0-2 the count on Grant McCray. Lodolo's kick and pitch. Breaking ball cut on and missed. That is number 4 for Lodolo today.
You know, nowadays when they play the Rocky Horror Picture Show, it normally starts at midnight. Kind of a cult following, you know. So I remember less about that movie than I do Home Alone because I see that at a normal time.
Right. Brain's fully functional. Here's Shea Whitcomb. First pitch to Whitcomb's in there for 0-1. That's meaning because at midnight you're tired. 0-1 on Whitcomb. Doubled and scored. Now the pitch. Whitcomb swings and fouls that right off the glove of Trevino, right off his mitt. Shakes his hand out a little bit. 0-2.
Lodolo looks really way better than he did his last time out against the D-backs. He got off to a bad start. He had base runners. They were stealing bases. He just looked completely off the rails. Much better here today.
0-2. Breaking ball down and in. Way more in control. Well, it really seemed like the Diamondbacks just had him frazzled from the get-go in that game. Here's the lefties, 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down on strike, Shea Whitcomb. And the inning is over. So that's the first one.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Reese. Our scores, the Reds bat in the 5th inning. Here is Hector Rodriguez. Last time up, he led off in the 3rd with a homer to left center field. Now he takes a slider in for a strike. The count is 0-1 on Hector Rodriguez. Rodriguez reached on an error on a roller to the second baseman his first time up, so he's been on twice. 1 for 2 officially. The home run is second. The pitch, swinging a ground ball down the first base line, but just foul. Fortunately for the Reds, because Rafael Devers was all over it over at first. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership saves you up to $1,100 a year with double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and member-exclusive savings. Sign up today at Kroger.com/boost. Glad to have you with us on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in San Francisco at Oracle Park, the 0-2. A little bit low on the outside corner. Temperature is perfect. 70 degrees. The warmest day we've had while we've been here, the 1-2. And Rodriguez swings, pops it foul, back into the seats and out of play. I'm not just talking at game time. I'm talking period during the day, out and about. I don't think it's got out of the 60s while we've been in town. It's felt great, very fall-like. Here's the 1-2 to Rodriguez. And strike 3 called. Froze him. That fooled Rodriguez a little bit because he started that fastball in, and it came back and caught the inner half of the plate up around the top of the zone. Really good pitch by Webb.
That's the advantage of throwing that little two-seam fastball. It has a lot of comeback action. And if you can dot that on the inner part of the plate to a lefty, it's really almost an unfair pitch.
Yeah, it's basically like a cheat code. First pitch, a strike to Ellie. Breaking ball drops in there on the outside corner of the knees. 0-1 on De La Cruz. Here comes the 0-1. Webb to Ellie. Swung on. He sends this one high in the air. Right center field. It's pretty deep. On the run, the right fielder McRae, and he'll run it down near the track. Out toward the deepest part of the ballpark, and now 2 gone to the 5th.
That was the identical pitch, actually, that he struck Rodriguez out on. Ellie swung at it, but he got a little bit in on the handle.
Sounded like it maybe got on his knuckles a little bit. 2 down. Let's look at today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. It's been Reds Giants trivia this series. How many of the pitchers who started a game for the Reds against the Giants in the 2012 Division Series went on to play for the Giants in their careers? How many of the pitchers who started swung on? Sal Stewart lifts one in the air to right field. Coming on is McRae. He'll make the...
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive. Superman. Hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game. The pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue. Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
From the first pitch to the final out, SBM ensures every seat shines. Our custodial teams keep ballparks spotless so fans can focus on the game and not the grime.
Lodolo, fresh off a 1-2-3 inning, the fourth, fires in the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Jonah Cox, and he swings and fouls it back out of play. The count is 0-1. Cox homered back in the second, a 2-run blast, which gave the Giants both of their runs. We're tied at 2. San Francisco batting in the fifth. Here's the 0-1 to Cox, and it's just off the outside corner from Lodolo. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cox out on a fly to center his first time up. 1 for 2 so far this afternoon. Here comes Lodolo's 1-1. Breaking ball down and in. He started to go. They asked at first, and he did not. 2-1. So your options are 1, 2, or 3. Not in that order, because A is 3, B is 2, C is 1. The 2-1. Down and in.
Well, we named a couple when we were off the air. I think that we know that Johnny Cueto did. And I'm thinking that maybe Matt Latos pitched out here. Trying to think who else is in that rotation.
3-1 strike on the inside corner. Full count, 3-2 on Cox. Lodolo back into his windup. Here's the payoff. And the pitch is low for ball 4. Jonah Cox heads down to first base with a leadoff walk in the fifth.
Was Mike Leake on that team?
Well, I don't remember. I feel like it would be cheating if we go back and look that series up.
I think it would probably qualify as cheating.
Rafael Devers, and the pitch is by the catcher Trevino all the way to the screen, and down to second base is Jonah Cox. You know what? I'm going to say A3, just because that makes it a better trivia question.
Yeah. I think I'm going with 2.
Oh, you're going to go B? Okay.
Yeah, B2.
I'll say A. Find out here in a minute. Take a look at that in the 6th. We're in the 5th presently. Lodolo's 1-0 to Devers. Swung on. It's well hit. High, deep to right field, and it is gone. Way over the right field wall for Rafael Devers. That is a 2-run blast. Now he is homered in 4 straight games at Oracle Park. Boy, he has been a thorn in the red side all week long. And that one splashing down into the bay out in right field. He got it all. His 29th home run of the year.
This one really hurts from a Red standpoint because, you know, when you get lefty on lefty, Devers is a good hitter, but you think that you're at least going to be able to keep him in the ballpark. And that pitch was very hittable.
Right into McCovey Cove. And Lodolo's pitch is up and away for ball 1, 1-0 on Oslavis Basabe. That is his 17th home run here at Oracle Park this year. Swung on and fouled back, and that puts him in Barry Bonds territory. He's the only other one that's hit as many home runs here at Oracle Park as Devers has this year. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball sharply, hit back through the middle, and that's in the left center for a hit. Basabe is on with the base hit. Lodolo hasn't retired a batter yet here in the 5th. More on Devers. He's on pace for 34 home runs this year, which would be the most by a Giant since Bonds had 45 in 04. Terry Francona's on his way to the mound. That's going to be it for Nick Lodolo. So Lodolo unable to get an out in the 5th. Was Sam.
Joe Adele drives the ball to deep left field. Goodbye. Deep into the bleachers for Joe Adele, and the Guardians take a 3-0 lead on an absolute moonshot by Joe Adele, his 20th home run of the season. Is he some kind of hot? That's 8 hits in his last 21 at-bats and 11 runs batted in. Boy, did he crush that thing.
Yeah, I mean, just the sound of the bat.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Business year-round, offering guidance and alerting you to important regulatory changes. So your April surprise is nothing more than a pop-up shower. Contact Dean Dorton today at deandorton.com/Reds. That's deandorton.com/Reds.
It is a Wolvers mustard pitching change here, and the Reds bullpen will send in Julian Garcia, 31 years old. He pitched in the series on the very first night. He pitched 6 batters and got them all out. 24 games now for Garcia.
Garcia brings it home to Buddy Kennedy in a wave and a miss for strike one. That was the 111th splash home run all-time by a Giants player here at Oracle Park. That home run by Devers. That wasn't in on a bounce. That was straight into McCovey Cove out there in right. Boy, that ball was well struck.
Caused a little competition there among all the kayaks trying to recover that.
414 is the distance on that home run. I would have said much further. Pitches off the plate outside. 2 balls and a strike. Would you ever go out there and do that?
Oh, sure.
You would? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that water's cold.
I would plan on staying in the kayak.
You didn't want to take a swim out there? Go swim with the Sharks, the 2-1, off the plate outside. Go pet Jaws while you're in the water? Go for a swim? No?
So you're telling me that had you been in prison over there on the...
over there at, I keep wanting to say Shawshank. Alcatraz swung on high into the air. Short center field. Out goes Ellie. In comes the left fielder. It'll be Beladay to make that running catch in short left center field for the first out in the 5th inning.
So you would not have tried to swim your way off of Alcatraz?
I do like to swim. It's a long swim.
It's a lot of current. A lot of sharks. Very cold.
They say there are a lot of sharks in those waters. Yeah, I don't know that I would have tried that. Turner Hill bats with a runner at first base and 1 out. Pitch to Turner Hill is down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Because when you're standing on Alcatraz looking back at the city, it doesn't really seem that far.
No.
It kind of seems doable.
Right, it does. Throws you a little bit. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High, throw to second. They've got him by a mile. Great throw from Trevino to Ellie, and he just had the tag there waiting for Basabe.
It was almost like a delayed steal gone bad. He bounced off the base and then decided to run. I mean, he was out by a good 8 feet at second base.
So now the bases are empty. 2 outs. Here's the 2-0 to Turner Hill. Hill takes a strike right in there. The count is 2-1. Hill, we talked about his college work. So he didn't get signed. In fact, didn't have a whole lot of interest out of college. So he had to go play in that draft league, the 2-1 pitch. Swinging. There's a line drive caught by McLean to his right. He'll make the catch laying out for it. Inning over.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toddy's on a heater. Nothing coming off his bat right now is soft.
Number 2 for Fernando on the day. A line drive homer to left center field. That one is gone. Off the pole. Grand slam. Ian Happ. Grand slam. Pedro Ramirez. And it is all Cubs here today.
Tristan Peters walks it off in the 9th. The second walk-off for the White Sox against the Mets this series.
Jacob Young has robbed the Marlins here this afternoon. He scaled the wall and caught it right at the top of the fence. What a play by Young.
It is over! Kyle Schwarber has just completed an improbable comeback. A 2-run game-winning home run.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Giants are back in front, 4-2, sixth inning. Reds come to bat. Here's J.J. Bleday swinging the first pitch, and he lifts one in the air. Short left center. It's not going to fall quick enough for Turner Hill. Will make the catch, coming in from left. One down here in the sixth. Now Eugenio Suarez. The Reds and Avocados from Peru have teamed up to give you the chance to win a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR or a Reds VIP experience. To enter, register at reds.com/AvoReds and follow Avos from Peru on the gram. The pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 on Eugenio Suarez. 4-2 San Francisco. 0-1. Suarez takes too far outside. That leaves the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Righties 1-1. In too tight, almost unbuttoned Gino's jersey there as he backs out of the way. Reds are off tomorrow, so this ends that long stretch for the Reds without an off day. And again to Gino. 3 balls and a strike. It's been 18 games in 17 days. 3-1. Suarez swings. He lines this over the head of the second baseman, Whitcomb, who was playing straight up the middle. That's into center. Suarez is on with a 1-out base hit, his first hit today.
Example right there of Suarez kind of controlling his swing a lot better to make contact and got a base hit into center field instead of kind of wildly swinging trying to hit it over the ballpark or out of the ballpark.
Dane Myers hits now. Big hole on the right side for Myers. Suarez on at first base with 1 out. Myers has reached both times he's come to the plate, a walk and a hit. Myers takes a strike at the knees. The count is 0-1.
Funny how Webb pitches. He threw more breaking balls early in the game than he's throwing here later in the game.
Webb gets the sign, and here he comes with the 0-1 pitch to Myers. High and wide, 1 ball, 1 strike. Scores Around the League are brought to you by Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Let the good times cruise. Quite a few day games. One already final. The Rays shut out the Tigers today. 3-0. Freddie Peralta earned his 6th win of the year in that game. Pitch. Myers tried to check his swing, but it's a strike, and he's down 1-2. A few games in progress right now. Diamondbacks have just taken a 1-0 lead on the Cubs. Top of the 7th inning right now in Arizona. Boy, the Cubs have just been on fire lately. The pitch. Myers swings and misses, and he is down on strikes. Of course, they ended up losing a heartbreaker last night. Diamondbacks ended up walking off the Cubs, so who knows? Maybe that'll send the Cubs into a little tailspin before the Reds come to town. Padres up on the Pirates, 2-0, bottom of the 5th inning there. Angels have a 3-0 lead in Anaheim on the Guardians. They're in the top of the fifth in Seattle with the Phillies up 6-0 on the Mariners. The pitch is a strike to McClain. The count is 0-1 now on Matty Mack. McClain, sack bunt, and a fly out to right. The pitch, swing and a miss. Now he's down to the count 0-2. 1 on, 2 out. Reds are down by 2 as we play in the 6th. Webb throws. The pitch is up and away. They have Jason Foley starting to throw now in the Giants bullpen. Suarez off the bag at first base. Devers holds him. Outfield straight away. The 1-2 pitch. McClain takes off the outside corner. Talked with Terry Francona in the pregame today about how much you have to be alert to the fact that guys might fall into that trap of trying to do it all themselves. And he didn't really feel like that was much of an issue, but did say that they're trying to get creative on figuring out ways to score runs. They dropped down some bunts today. They've had runners in motion. Still on the short side of the 4-2 score. Swing and a miss. McClain strikes out.
Yeah, Jim, the day looking to hit the brakes here, and because that grass out there is moist, it'll be tough to get your footing out there.
The middle, backhanded by Lindor, who stumbles as he throws it away. Alonso, a diving attempt to stop that one.
They're playing a little tic-tac-toe over there by the Pirates dugout. And Emmanuel Valdez says, get serious.
We're going to need to check back in on this situation.
See if he gets that one on anytime soon.
Oh, they kept going.
You gotta stop it.
Oh.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Next chapter. So pack up and come see us. It's never been easier to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home. Plan your getaway at KentuckyTourism.com.
Reds are on the short side of a 4-2 score as the Giants bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Andrew Kisner to lead it off. Christian Koss and Grant McCray will follow against the right-hander Julian Garcia. Garcia fires outside for ball 1. 1-0 on Kisner. Brock Burke is loosening now in the Reds bullpen. Kisner goes out to get this one. Skies it high into short left. Ellie way out there. Tries to make a feet-first sliding catch with his back to the infield, and it lands off his glove and falls in for a 2-base hit. Ellie was way out there. I mean, he was in medium depth left field toward the line. Blade was coming in, but Ellie had already called him off and started going into his slide.
I think that Ellie underestimated how much the wind was going to help that ball keep going out into the outfield.
So a 2-base hit leads things off for the Giants. First double of the year for Kisner. Pitch to Christian Koss is taken low and outside for ball 1.
It's a first base runner that Julian Garcia has given up in this series, facing 9 batters.
What a job he's done.
And it was a pop-up that should have been caught.
We say it every time when he's out there, but it bears repeating because it's kind of like what we've talked about with TJ Antone. It has gone beyond now just a great success story of him getting to the big leagues and a story of perseverance. He has become a key member of this Reds bullpen. The 1-1 pitch to Christian Koss, swinging a grounder foul, third base side, much like what Fernando Cruz had done in his journey to the big leagues. I mean, they both had the same coach in Indy ball that helped them get signed and seen, really, to give them a chance to get to the big leagues. But their stories are very, very similar. The 1-2 pitch, Christian Koss takes in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I think that their pitching strategy is extremely similar as well. I mean, Garcia and TJ Antone, what do? They throw a lot of breaking balls. They control those breaking balls. They change speeds on them. And then when they do throw a fastball, they throw it in on the edge.
2-2. Whack toward left center field. Blade on the run. He'll have to cut it off on a bounce. He gets it back into Ellie. Here's the relay throw to the plate. It's there and plenty of time to nail Kisner. Boy, greatly executed there. Blade cut that ball off on a bounce, didn't panic, just got it in as quickly as he could to Ellie, who wheeled and threw a bullet to Jose Trevino, and they nailed Kisner at the plate by about 20 feet.
Well, I think the third base coach, Gary Pettis, is getting an up-front look at the arm strength of Ellie De La Cruz right there. I mean, an absolute missile that he throws on that relay. All Blade's got to do is get it to the cutoff man, and Ellie takes care of it from there.
7-6-2 on the out at home. Now a swing and a miss. The first pitch to Grant McCray. The count is 0-1. Stays a 4-2 game. 1-1 on McCray. Runner at first base with 1 out. Right-hander throws. The pitch up and away. Snap throw behind the runner at first, but Koss back safely. Christian Koss does have a couple of stolen bases on the year. Hasn't been caught. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, and it's swung on and popped up foul off to the left side out of play. The 1-2 to McCray. Swing and a miss. What a good breaking ball there. And down on strikes Grant McCray for the second out here in the 6th inning. First pitch on the way to Whitcomb is in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1 on Shea Whitcomb. Right-hander from the belt, home of the 0-1. That is well hit. High and deep to left. Back goes Blade. He's out of room. He looks like that ball's gone. Two-run home run for Shea Whitcomb. It's his 3rd home run of the year. Now the Giants have opened up a 4-run advantage. Well, that feels awfully backbreaking.
Whitcomb, the number 9 hitter, has been right in the middle of a lot of offense here today.
Pitch low and outside for ball 1. Yeah, he doubled and scored as part of the Giants' rally in the 2nd inning, and the 2-run home run by Jonah Cox, and now he's the one providing the power. It is 6-2 San Francisco. Here's Garcia, breaking ball in there for a strike. One ball, 1 strike on Cox. He swings and fouls it back off the catcher Trevino's mask. 1-2. Jonah Cox is flied to center. He hit that 2-run home run back in the second inning and then walked and scored in the fifth. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Giants. Here's Garcia home to Cox, and a 1-2 pitch, breaking ball down and away.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
You look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, and now this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Put the ball on the ground his first time. He rips this one to right center field. That's down to the gap all the way to the wall. Sprint to third by Jordan. Wave is on. Ellie, relay to the plate. It's there. It is out. What a throw. A dynamite relay.
Well, as a third to base coach, you have to understand that Ellie De La Cruz is going out there and he has some kind of arm. Look at that laser beam to the dish.
Well, 6 innings of work for the starter Logan Webb, and he is now in the dugout taking a look at Jason Foley, the first pitcher out of the bullpen for the Giants here this afternoon. For Webb, 6 innings of 2-run baseball, 5 hits, walked 1, struck out 6. And Foley, a right-hander, comes in to face the bottom 2 of the lineup, starting off with Jose Trevino. Foley, a big, tall right-hander with a little bit of a low arm angle, misses that first pitch with the ball outside. This is only the 13th game of the year for Foley. Record of 1-1. And a swing and a miss and a breaking ball had Trevino way out in front as he pulled the string. Giants have a lot of these stories where they've got some players that a lot of people had given up on early in their amateur or professional career, and here they are in the major leagues. Little chopper right behind the mound, picked up by the second baseman, and on the run, Shea Whitcomb will field and throw out Trevino for the first out of the 7th inning. Foley's one of those guys. He is 30 years old. He played his college baseball at Sacred Heart and ended up being undrafted out of there, went to the Detroit Tigers Combine after the draft. That's where he was able to get a contract. And he fires a pitch outside now to Key Brian Hayes, 1-0. Brock Burke will be the next pitcher out of the Reds bullpen. Hayes awaits, and the pitch is outside, 2-0. Hayes is hit into a ground ball double play and hit it very hard his last time up, but right at the second baseman. Here's the 2-0. That's a strike on the inside corner. Giants up 6-2 in this ball game. They've got 9 hits. The Reds have 2 hits. Reds trying to figure out a way to get their offense going here. And there's a shot right back up the middle. And I mean a little chuck and duck there by Jason Foley as that ball nearly took his cap off. So the second at bat in a row where Key Brian Hayes hits it right on the button. This time he gets a base hit. And we turn the lineup over for Hector Rodriguez. He's in the leadoff spot today, 4th time up. And swings and fouls it off left side. 1 for 3 Hector is at that home run to deep left center field back in the 3rd inning. That made it a 2-2 ball game. Small lead by Hayes at first base. Rodriguez off the plate, holds the bat very high, and a pitch just off the inside corner ball. Rodriguez and a 1-1, and it misses outside. It's 2-1. Foley with a long look, very small lead by Hayes at first, and a pitch on the inside corner. Rodriguez doesn't like it, but it's a 2-2 count. Reds do have 2 challenges left. ABS challenges, that is. So do the Giants. Rodriguez, only 22 years old, the left-handed hitter, waits a 2-2 count. And a swing and a foul straight back. Got a fastball in on his knuckles. Aggressive hitter, quick bat. Hit his first home run Saturday down in Phoenix. And here is the 2-2 again. And a swing and a ground ball in the hole of the left side. It'll go right back past the shortstop. And Rodriguez has his second hit of the ball game. He's beginning to show little signs of what he showed a lot of people in spring training. I mean, he was batting the ball all over the place down there. And you, of course, have to put an asterisk next to whatever you do in Goodyear. But, I mean, he is a bat-first player, and he's swinging the bat pretty well. Now they're going to come out and take a look at the shortstop, Christian Koss.
Yeah, that was awkward the way that he dove for that ball, rolled right over his wrist on his glove hand.
You're checking out his glove hand, as a matter of fact. Squeezing his wrist, the bones in his hand to see if he has any acute pain. It's been kind of an odd series from an injury standpoint for the Giants because the first 2 games they lost their starting pitcher, early in the ball game. And looks like the Koss is going to be all right. He still has his glove off, kind of squeezing his glove hand there, but he's going to stay in the ball game, and the Reds are beginning to mount a rally. Now with Ellie De La Cruz, followed with Sal Stewart. A couple of runners on. The Reds are down by 4. Here we are in the top of the 7th. And Ellie takes it off the plate, ball 1. Ellie hitting .262, 21 home runs, 58 driven in. And a little cut fastball in there for a strike. Foley delivers a line drive off the bat of Ellie De La Cruz into right center field. Everybody's going to move up 1 base. And the Reds are going to have the bases loaded now for Sal Stewart with 1 out.
Well, it's a good guy to have the bases loaded for, but really a bad read by Keith Brian Hayes. It's hard to say it was a bad read. The way that ball was hit, it was a low line drive. And Keith Brian Hayes was going back to second base in the event that Whitcomb made the catch. Well, it got by Whitcomb, and at that point, Keith Brian Hayes had to quickly change directions. There was no chance for him to try to score at that point.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog? I
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
That one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
And fifth generations of the Grippos family are committed to making the freshest, highest quality potato chips and snack foods you can eat. Grippos is the original fun food company because they've been having fun satisfying your craving for snack food for over 107 years. So when somebody tells you to get a grip, you know what they mean. Get Grippos.
Well, enter the new pitcher, Ryan Walker, a right-hander, side armor coming in, bases loaded. Sal Stewart in the batter's box right now. He's up in the box a little bit, Stewart is, and he gets a sweeping breaking ball in there for a strike. Walker gives right-handers fits. He pitches from way down around the sidearm, and he faces basically the third baseman when he lets loose of the baseball. And a swing and a miss and a breaking ball. He pulled the string on that and had Sal way out in front.
A golden opportunity here for Sal to not only tie the Reds' rookie RBI record, but break it.
He is one of the best two-strike hitters on this ball club. Choking up a little bit now is Stewart. Here's the 0-2 and a fastball just off the outside corner ball.
Little surprised that Kisner didn't challenge that. They still have both ABS challenges remaining.
Walker now back to the hitter, and Stewart's going to take his time out.
That was
got to be a little disconcerting for a right-handed hitter when you face Walker. And I mean, you never really see the baseball. All you do is see the back of the uniform. You're reading his number, 74, and here he comes sidearm, and a breaking ball misses outside. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The decision pitch coming up right here. Started out 0-2. It's now 2-2. Slightly open stance for Stewart. Bases loaded. 6-2 ball game. And a swing and a pop-up that'll drift foul behind the Reds dugout on the right side. Little awkward swing right there by Sal Stewart just to try to stay alive. Walker's pitch is off the plate, and we're going full. So a good at bat right here for Sal Stewart. He got down 0-2. He has worked it back to a payoff pitch. And the Reds with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the 3-2 pitch by Walker. Fastball right down the middle, and he fouled it straight back. Hayes on third, Rodriguez on second, Ellie De La Cruz on first. De La Cruz with a huge lead down there. Likewise there for the runner at second, Rodriguez. And the pitch is swung on and fouled off. Got right in on the hands of Stewart, and he was able to get the bat on it. Pitch number 9 in this at bat coming up here. Ryan Walker, Sal Stewart. Big part of this ball game rides on this pitch. And is a breaking ball hit by Stewart in the air. Fly ball to center field. That's deep enough to score. Keep Brian Hayes from third. The throw will go into second base. Here comes Ellie and safe. Ellie went back to tag up and kind of pick the pockets of the Giants right there. And they're asking in the dugout that they want to take a look. And they do want to take a look at that tag play at second base. Ellie De La Cruz tagging up from first to second. And it looks pretty close.
Well, this is a timing play, too. And
San Francisco's challenging a safe call at second base.
And the other thing they want to look at is, did that run score before the out was recorded at second base, if in fact the out was recorded? So that, for the time being, is Sal Stewart's 100th RBI of his rookie season, which ties him with Jim Greengrass for the Reds rookie record.
I have not seen a definitive slow motion replay of the tag at second base yet to tell you, well, I think whether he's safe or out. But you're right, the timing play was to keep Brian Hayes running from third on the tag up. Did he touch home plate before the out was made at second base if it wasn't out at second base?
And we haven't seen a look at that at all, either on our monitor or in the stadium.
I would imagine that Keep Brian Hayes, if he was running hard, would have beat that play.
You would like to think so. But there isn't a definitive look at second base at all. Ellie's body blocks the glove. Oh, no. This would wipe out. If they overturn the call at second, it would wipe out the run.
You're exactly right.
After review, the call in the field stands. The runner is safe. San Francisco loses their challenge.
All right, so the call from New York is they reviewed that play at second base. The tag play, Ellie is safe at second base, so the run scores. Keep Brian Hayes comes in to make it a 6-3 ball game. A lot of drama for a sacrifice fly.
No kidding.
And now we go to J.J. Bleday with runners at second and third.
And a historic RBI for Sal Stewart at that.
And a pitch on the outside corner. A little breaking ball misses outside to Bleday, 1-0. Boy, base hit here tightens this ball game up big time. And Walker misses away again. Walker does not look like the same pitcher when he faces lefties as he does when he does righties. There's no deception. Ball comes right in there for lefties to see him. Bleday ought to get a good pitch right here on a 2-0 count. And a breaking ball on the corner. That's a pitcher's pitch.
It's a big at bat right now. Base hit gets the Reds right back in this ball game.
Giants thinking that Boday's going to put the ball on the ground to the right side. And there it is on the right side, but it's foul right down the first baseline. Nearly a fair ball, but first baseman Devers playing on the line.
I think Devers thought it was a fair ball. He was kind of looking at it like, are you sure that didn't hit even the outside of that bag?
So now the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reds down by 3. Hector Rodriguez off third and Ellie De La Cruz off second. Ryan Walker, the right-hander to the left-handed hitting Bleday, and a pitch is just a little bit outside. And it is a 3-ball, 2-strike count. A Eugenio Suarez on deck. And the 3-2 swung on, fouled, hit hard, but into the camera well down there along the first base dugout. A little over 24,000 here at Oracle Park here this afternoon to watch this third game of 3. And here is the pitch to Bleday. It is strike 3, and he wants an ABS challenge.
Batter's challenging the call of strike.
It was a breaking ball. Bleday was on his way to first base. In fact, he's taking his stuff off right now. It is low. It is ball 4, and Bleday uses his challenge right, and that'll load the bases.
Boy, I did not think that pitch was that low. It turns out it was an inch down.
And that one will be a trip to the mound by the Giants pitching coach as he's going to talk it over here with Ryan Walker. Infielders have not joined the conversation. It'll only be Andrew Kisner, the catcher. And they've got bases loaded now with Eugenio Suarez to the plate.
Well, big spot here for Gino. Tell you what, if he could plug one of those gaps, Reds would tie this thing up. Reds would take a base hit just to pull within one, but, well, you got to get something here.
Well, he had a base hit his last time up, Suarez did. Started the game with a couple of strikeouts in his first two ABs. And now Suarez taps the plate, open stance, side-winding right-hander Ryan Walker. And the first pitch is a fastball in on the hands, and it's popped up. There's the second baseman right behind the second base.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Let's take a road trip to Wrigley Field today. Home of the Chicago Cubs since 1916, Wrigley Field is the second oldest ballpark in the majors, just behind Boston's Fenway Park. Hop off the L in the heart of Wrigleyville and take in the unique buzz of the neighborhood. On the corner of Clark and Addison, the iconic red marquee sign welcomes fans into the friendly confines. Once inside, direct your attention to the manually operated scoreboard that sits 60 feet above center field. Lush green ivy covers the brick outfield walls, and just beyond the bleachers, Wrigley rooftops provide an unrivaled view of the game. When at Wrigley, you have to get a Chicago dog. With everything, of course. The chicken tinga torta or chicken and churros are great options too. Find your seat in the bleachers and embrace the rowdiness. Sing along to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And don't forget to root, root, root for the Cubbies. Wrigley Field, an unforgettable experience.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
But it's not just about the food. It's about our commitment to doing things the JTM way, with passion, integrity, and a dedication to God and His people. Taste the difference today and learn more at jtmfoodgroup.com. JTM, let's create great dishes together.
With 60 nonstop destinations, CVG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Make CVG your MVP for travel convenience. Visit CVGAirport.com for more information. CVG Airport, connecting you to home.
The 1-0 way inside to Sal Stewart, and that one ends up going to the backstop. Down to second, Ellie. Sal shooting a lookout at Bivens. I can't imagine there would be any intent on that. It'll be a wild pitch. That splash hit by Hector Rodriguez is the 80th splash hit by an opponent. Now the pitch is low. 3-0 on Sal Stewart. Three balls, no strikes on Stewart. The right-hander readies. Here's 3-0. And it's out. Nope, strike called. Caught the outside corner. Sal thought that was going to be ball four. He was starting down toward first.
I thought we saw the end of 3-0 Leos. Reds have two challenges left. I mean, Sal might as well use that one.
It would have been a strike.
Unless he wants to drive this run in instead.
I think he does. He's got a chance to make history. 3-1. And he takes strike two. Now it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Stewart. 261, 28 home runs, 100 RBIs for Sal Stewart. 3-2 pitch. Outside, that is ball four. And Sal looks back, and I don't know if he said something to the Giants dugout or something to the Giants fans. back behind home plate. He said something to somebody over there behind home plate toward the Giants dugout. And now the pitching coach, Justin McCage, is going to go out and pay Bivens a visit. He hadn't retired a batter yet here in this ninth inning. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. So the pitching coach out, paying a visit after that walk of Sal Stewart. Home run, single walk. That's how it's gone for the Reds here in the ninth inning. Trailing at 9-4. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by DOMO, the official legal counsel of the Reds. J.J. Bleday is up, 2 on, nobody out. The pitch to Bleday. Backdoor breaking ball is in for a strike. Now the pitch, that's in the dirt. That skips by the catcher, Kisner. Both runners will move up 90 feet. Win. Bounding over by Eugenio Suarez waiting on deck. So that takes the force out of the equation, which kind of complicates things a little bit now for Spencer Bivens. The 1-1. Low and in, 2-1. You don't want this inning to escalate. They have plenty of wiggle room, make no mistake. They're up by 5. We're in the ninth inning. Stranger things have happened. As many times as the Giants have taken a lead into the ninth inning and lost. Only one team's lost more than them. They don't feel like any lead is safe. Pitch is low and in. It's 3-1 on J.J. Bleday. Bivens home with a 3-1. And Bleday takes ball 4. This low and in with a breaking ball, and the Reds have loaded the bases here in the ninth inning, and that'll bring Eugenio Suarez up, and it brings Jace Tingler to the mound. The Giants acting manager now after their manager Tony Vitello was.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toddy's on a heater. Nothing coming off his bat right now is soft.
Number 2 for Fernando on the day. A line drive homer to left center field. That one is gone off the pole. Grand slam, Ian Happ. Grand slam, Pedro Ramirez. And it is all Cubs here today.
Tristan Peters walks it off in the ninth. The second walk-off for the White Sox against the Mets this series.
Jacob Young has robbed the Marlins here this afternoon. He scaled the wall and caught it right at the top of the fence. What a play by Young.
It is over! Kyle Schwarber has just completed an improbable comeback. A 2-run game-winning home run.
And nothing goes on your bun like Bar S, America's #1 selling hot dog, and the official 3-2-1 hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds.
Hot dogs!
Now the new pitcher out of the Giants bullpen is a right-hander, Dylan Smith. 6'2", 180-pounder. He is originally from Alabama. And he's coming in there for the 31st time this year for the Giants. He's sitting on 3 saves, so he's been out there in situations like this, but he's got nowhere to put Eugenio Suarez.
They're packed. Nobody out. First pitch on the way to Suarez is up too high for ball one. The count is 1-0. Dane Myers waiting on deck. The right-hander stares in, has the sign, sets ready, the 1-0. And Suarez swings. There's a high drive, deep left field. Back goes Hill at the track, at the wall. It is gone. Eugenio Suarez launches a grand slam out of here to left, and the Reds all of a sudden are right back in it within one.
Oh, baby. I mean, he did not wait any time at all. Jumped on the first heater he saw, and bye-bye apple pie.
So Suarez launching that out of here makes it a 9-8 Giant lead. Pulls him one home run closer to Ken Griffey Jr. on the Reds all-time list.
And people are coming back from the parking lot.
That's right. For Suarez, that's his 19th home run of the year. And Dane Myers hits now, and a swing and a miss. Strike one to Dane Myers. Still nobody out in the inning. Myers takes ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. So this one ain't over yet. The wind, and here comes Smith. Myers bunts, firm bunt toward third, charging the third baseman Kennedy. One hop throw, and it gets away. Myers will break for second base. The ball goes rolling down past first, and he dives in safely at second, and he's there with nobody out, representing the tying run here in the 9th inning. Myers a bunt single, and then the errant throw getting away at first base, giving him second. And here come the Reds.
Tommy, you were talking with Tito before the ball game about what the guys could do, the little things they could do to kind of kickstart this offense. It's a great time for a bunt from Myers. I mean, it's like he's being a leadoff man in a one-run ball game.
And now Matt McClain. Tying run in scoring position. Nobody out. McClain tries to bunt. It comes up and in. Got him near his hand on the bat, but it's a foul ball. Strike one. And the Reds may want to check to see if this hit McClain instead of it being a foul ball. I think the call is that it is a foul ball.
Well, it's a reviewable call in New York if you want to send it there. Used to be that all you had to do was convince the umpire that the ball hit you on the hand.
That's right. 0-1 on McClain. Here comes Smith with the 0-1 pitch. McClain again shows bunt, pulls the bat back, watches the pitch miss low.
We'll see how the Giants are playing it. They've got the first baseman Devers charging hard. The third baseman Kennedy is kind of hanging out near the bag out there.
Right-hander readies. And the 1-1. Again, McClain drops down the bunt in the grass toward third, picked up by the pitcher. Throw to first, late. McClain beat it. Dane Myers up to third, and the Reds have him at the corner. Still nobody out here in the 9th inning. McClain couldn't have bunted that ball any more perfectly. Kept it just barely in the grass up the third base line. It's a bunt single for Matt McClain. And now Jose Trevino, infield in all the way around. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Trevino takes ball one. Signal given. Dylan Smith straightens. Here's the 1-0. And Trevino takes a ball outside. The catcher wants to challenge. So let's look. It was a strike.
San Francisco has 2 remaining.
One ball, 1 strike on Trevino. First and third, nobody out. Here's the 1-1. Down and away, 2 balls and a strike. You almost wonder if you're Matt McClain, do you think about running here? The Reds were very aggressive on the bases earlier. That was when the starter Logan Webb was on the mound.
But he's having a conversation with Colin Cowgill, the first base coach. Ought to be getting a little bit bigger lead down there.
Devers playing in front of the bag over at first base. There he goes. 2-1 pitch, low and inside. No throw even to second base. McClain does take second. And now the Reds have the go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out. 3-1 on Jose Trevino. They are a little restless right now inside Oracle Park. Here comes the 3-1. Swing and a drive, right center field, well hit but playable. Backing up McCray, catch is made. Here comes the runner Smith to the plate. He will score. Myers home from third on the sac fly to right by Jose Trevino. And Matt McClain is into third. The Reds have come all the way back to tie this game at 9 in the 9th. Myers scoring on the sac fly by Trevino. And now that's the first out of the inning, and Tyler Stevenson will hit for Key Brian Hayes.
I would imagine that the emotions in these two dugouts are exactly opposite right now. Giants come into this inning with a 6-run lead. Reds are down and out. They've not been able to get their offense going all series long. All of a sudden you look up and it's a 9-9 ball game.
The Reds have scored 6 times here in the 9th inning. And the Reds have completely stunned this Oracle Park crowd. Infield in for the Giants. Tyler Stevenson's at the plate. The right-hander sets the pitch. Stevenson takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Big spot here for Stevenson. 243 on the year, 12 homers, 43 RBIs, and he swings and pops it foul into the seats down the right field line. All the Reds need to do now is just get the ball in the air and get that run home from third base. Here's the 0-2 to Stevenson. Swing and a line drive over short, base hit. This will score McClain, and the Reds have come all the way back. They have scored 7 times in the 9th and have taken a 10-9 lead. Tyler Stevenson drives home the go-ahead run here in the 9th inning. A pinch hit RBI single. He'll get lifted for a pinch runner at first. And back to the top of the order, and the guy that started it all, Hector Rodriguez, who drove one into McCovey Cove for a solo shot that at the time seemed pretty inconsequential. He'll face a new pitcher, the former.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Joe Adell drives the ball to deep left field. Goodbye. Deep into the bleachers for Joe Adell, and the Guardians take a 3-0 lead on an absolute moonshot by Joe Adell, his 20th home run of the season. Is he some kind of hot? That's 8 hits in his last 21 at-bats and 11 runs batted in. Boy, did he crush that thing.
Yeah, I mean, just the sound of the bat.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
family and friends to settling in at the stadium for a Reds game. It's no wonder the Conn's brand is the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. So pick up a pack of Conn's hot dogs and all their quality meats at local stores throughout Reds country. And keep the tradition alive.
Well, the new pitcher for the Giants is a former Red. It'll be Raver Sanmartin coming into the ball game right here. The Reds have scored 7 in this inning, and Martin will face Hector Rodriguez.
Ivan Johnson's the pinch runner at first base for the Reds.
Wow, what an inning.
Oh, my goodness. This is ridiculous. First pitch on the way to Hector Rodriguez. Swinging a tapper back to the pitcher. He'll go to second. They get the out there. Round to first. Close, but Rodriguez beat it out. Almost a double play ball. And a good job by Raver Sanmartin to even make it close.
I really thought that his only play was going to be at first base. And I think the Giants want to take a look at this.
Wow.
Or at least ask for a crew chief review.
So we'll see. Let's hear from the crew chief.
Might be a slide violation that they're asking
San Francisco
about.
challenging the out call at second, the out call at first, for a potential violation of the slide rule at second base.
Okay, so that's exactly it, just as you suggested.
Well, Johnson, when he went into the bag, never did slide. Which is okay. You're allowed to do that as long as you do not interfere with the fielder making the play or the throw to first base.
Right. So they'll look at that. The last time the Reds were trailing by 6 or more in the 9th inning and went on to win a game was back on May the 8th, 1958. That was at Wrigley Field. So it has been a minute. I don't think there's any interference there. Do you see any?
Well, if that's a judgment call. And it did not look like there was contact from the runner and the fielder the first time through. But if Johnson veered into the path of the fielder as he's trying to make a throw to first base, they could call that interference.
Looked like he was just going to the bag.
It's like a pop-up slide. You're allowed to do that, but as long as when you pop up, you don't interfere with the fielder making the throw. If you have a regular conventional slide where you slide in and then make contact, then that's A-OK. If the contact is made below the knees.
The out at second right now is 1-6. The shortstop making the play. Taking a long time to look at this.
I'm not sure why Johnson didn't slide.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Just looked funny. I think he got a bad break off first base, too. I'm surprised that they got him at second.
Right. Didn't look like, well, let's find out from Chris Conroy. Well, we can't hear him still. So out at second, safe at first. His mic wasn't working. Bad time for the mic to go out when there's actually a lot to explain there.
We need some lip readers.
Yeah. So there you have that. Runner at first with 2 outs. Ellie De La Cruz is the batter.
Mike always goes out at the worst time.
Always.
Or stays on at the worst time.
Oh, well, that's happened too. Here's Ellie. First pitch is too far outside for ball 1. 1-0 on Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie has a 3-hit game working. He singled in this rally as well. 10-9, Reds have the lead. Here's the 1-0 pitch to De La Cruz. Pick to first, runner back. Boy, it really felt like that 3-run pinch hit double by Drew Gilbert was going to be the final nail in the Reds' coffin today. Here's the 1-0. Ellie swings, fouls it back to the right. But here come the Reds storming back in the most improbable of comebacks, especially when you look at how much the Reds have struggled offensively this year. Coming back from a 6-run deficit seems
just beyond comprehension. Ellie takes a pitch down and away.
Catch a challenging to call a ball.
So let's see. Board shows it was a ball.
Call is confirmed. San Francisco has one remaining.
Giants do still have one left. 2 balls, 1 strike on De La Cruz. Hector Rodriguez off first, 2-1 pitch, low and in, and it's 3-1 on Ellie. Rodriguez over at first base, reaching on the fielder's choice, on for the second time in the inning. Homered earlier this inning. Now the 3-1. Ellie swings, hits it sharply on the ground, fielded by Kennedy at third. He'll go the short way at second, forcing out Rodriguez, and the inning is over. But the Reds send 11 men to the plate and have taken a 10-9 lead. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Emilio Pagan jogs in from the Reds bullpen to try to...
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you, Tank.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
How about a look at some of the best bloopers from All-Star games past?
Watch the reaction of John Kruk. Heart is palpitating a bit. Don't throw the ball away! Julio! Give me the ball!
It's hard to tell whom he frightens more, opposing batters or teammates.
He did it again!
And batter beware.
Take a look at Whitaker. That's a marking pencil. Pretty good one.
And Guerrero, there goes half the bat the other way, and it takes out Tommy Lasorda.
But these stars are better suited for shining plays.
Watch this one.
Spectacular play.
Long throw, Frank Thomas. Terrific play.
Perfect teamwork.
Up and caught. Oh, what a catch by Hunter.
It is a home run. One of the biggest home runs that's ever been hit.
There it is, the first grand slam in All-Star history.
Man, you're gone.
Ozzie gets the force.
How about that?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
2.5 gallons at a time. No shortcuts. Ship nationwide at Graders.com. Graders, taste the greatest.
Emilio Pagan's first pitch in for a strike to Buddy Kennedy. The count is 0-1. Pagan comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on high into the air, foul down the right field line. 0-2 on Buddy Kennedy. Ivan Johnson's now in the game over at third base. J.J. Bleday moves over to right field. T.J. Friedel's now in left. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Kennedy. Swung on and fouled away to right. The Reds are trying to finish off the biggest comeback by the Reds since 1958. The 0-2. Swung on, popped high into the air. Short center, out goes McLean. He's under it. He backpedals, bobbled for a moment, but he hangs on, out number 1. Oh, boy. The last time a major league team won a game like this, you got to go back to June of last year when the Diamondbacks rallied against Atlanta. Eugenio Suarez, believe it or not, was also a part of that. He capped off that rally. They were down 10-4 through 8 and won that game 11-10. He had the go-ahead 2-run double in the 9th inning. The pitch showing bunt. Turner Hill takes the bat back. Watches the pitch low. Suarez, of course, in case you missed it, had the grand slam that pulled the Reds within one. Swinging a ground ball, right side, diving McClain just out of his reach, and it'll roll past him into right. Base hit for Turner Hill, and the Giants have the tying run aboard here in the ninth inning. Now Drew Cavanaugh's off the bench. Cavanaugh will hit for Kisner. Emilio Pagan has the sign. Readies. Here he comes. First pitch to Cavanaugh. After a long hold, he throws, and it's just off the outside corner. Called a ball. Trevino says, take a look.
Didn't call ball.
And it was a strike. Good challenge.
Third pitch and strike. Cincinnati 2 remaining.
Runner at first. One out. Ninth inning. 10-9. Reds lead the Giants. Emilio Pagan comes set. Here's the 0-1. Cavanaugh checks his swing on a pitch down on the outside corner. Evening the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, back-to-back splitters right there from Emilio Pagan. Maybe staying away from the fastball with Cavanaugh.
Right-hander sets. And here is the 1-1 pitch. Low on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. This is a Reds Wober's Mustard pitching change with Pagan coming into the ballgame. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. 2-1 on Cavanaugh. Here's Pagan's 2-1 pitch. Low and in. 3-1. Well, you don't want to walk him because that forces the tying run into scoring position. And it also puts the potential winning run aboard. Left-handed hitter. Right-handed pitcher. Pagan sets, and here he comes, the 3-1 pitch. Swing, and it's fouled back into the net, left side. Full count, 3-2 on Cavanaugh. Make sure you stay tuned after the game. You'll have the Toyota Tundra star of the game. You guys to choose from in this one today. Tyler Stevenson, the go-ahead pinch hit single. Grand slam by Suarez. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Cavanaugh again. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down on strikes, Drew Cavanaugh. 2 gone here in the 9th inning.
What a good spot for that fastball from Pagan. Got it right inside under the elbows of Cavanaugh and really could never get anything on that ball.
Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thaw. Great to be with you at Oracle Park in San Francisco, where the Reds have rallied to take a 10-9 lead and are now trying to hold on with a runner at first and 2 outs. Pagan dealing with Christian Koss. Here he comes, first pitch, swinging a foul. Back to the right, out of play, 0-1. Nika Burrell, our on-site engineer, Austin Elmore, relieved back at our network headquarters by Joe Waddell. Kid standing by with the Reds postgame show. 0-1, the count on Christian Koss. Runner at first, 2 outs. The right-hander sets. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, fouled back to the right side, out of play. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Christian Koss. Wind blowing out to right. Sun-drenched day here in San Francisco. The Reds trying to end this series on the highest of notes. Pagan from the belt throws the 0-2 off the plate outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Reds have stunned this Oracle Park crowd. 24,130 witnesses to one of the biggest comebacks in Reds history. Pagan sets, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a split down and in, and that's it. The Reds somehow get off the mat. They rally in the 9th inning and beat the Giants 10-9.
Well, what a feel-good win here this afternoon for a team that has struggled mightily coming in here to this series. They were favored against the Giants. It looked like they had all the pieces set just right, and they were unable to win either of the first 2 ball games. They're down 6 in the 9th inning, and they come right back to stun the Giants. This is one of the best feel-good wins I've seen the Reds have all year long.
Unbelievable. Here in San Francisco, a 7-run 9th inning rally for the Reds as they battle all the way back to beat the Giants. Again, final score 10-9. Biggest comeback rally for the Reds since 1958. So the Reds winners tonight over the Giants. We're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.